and welcome to today's video where we are doing a full face of e.l.f. cosmetics. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Estee, and on my channel we discuss all things makeup, skincare, hair care, everything in the beauty world, and sometimes clothing. So if that interests you, be sure to subscribe. I'm so excited for today's video. I feel like e.l.f. has been killing it, and they have definitely become my favorite drugstore makeup brand, probably within the last year or so. A lot of these products are products that I absolutely love and use all the time. And then we also have a bunch of products that I have never tried before that I am so excited to try out. So without further ado, let's get right on into it. Let's go ahead and get started with the face. I am going to be using two primers because I'm extra. For my T-zone, I am going in with the matte putty primer. This has been a favorite of mine for literally so long. This is really great for just smoothing in everything, all my big pores, and it does keep my T-zone really nice and matte. The other primer I'm using is brand new to me. This is the Jelly Pop Dew Primer. I have heard amazing things about this. It's supposedly a dupe for the Milk Hydro Blur or Hydro Grip, like the gripping primer. So I'm just gonna take a little bit. Ooh, it does. Smells like watermelon. Okay. I'm just gonna put that basically everywhere else. It's definitely starting to get tacky. I do actually like tacky primers because I do really feel like they really grip that foundation, so we will see. For foundation, we're going in with the Holy Grail. You all already know how I feel about this. The e.l.f. Camo CC Cream is literally everything. I'm using the shade Light 240W. I'm gonna do 2 palms, which is probably too much. And with any of my foundations, especially ones that are definitely creamier and not like as liquidy, I like to warm them up. I'm just gonna start dotting this everywhere. If you like full coverage and have not tried this foundation, CC cream, or whatever you want to call it, you're missing out because it is amazing. It's super long wearing. It's a beautiful natural finish, so it can work for you if you are dry skin, oily skin combination like myself. It's just amazing. When I regularly do my makeup, what I do before I go in with concealer is bake any pimples I have. So I do have the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. This is in the medium shade, I believe, which is pretty much a perfect match. Now, I love this powder. I have used this powder ever since it came out. It's like a holy grail of mine, but I've actually never used it to bake my acne. I've tried it for baking my under eyes and I don't like it for that. So I do have another powder, which we'll get to, or another color, which we'll get to. So I am gonna go in and I'm gonna try to bake my pimples and just see what happens. I'm just taking a little bit on my e.l.f. Camo Sponge. Sponge is incredible. And I'm just going to lightly dab it on. So the reason I did not like this powder for baking my under eyes is because it did oxidize the concealer a little bit, but hopefully it'll be good for my acne. You already know what concealer I'm using, the Hydrating Camo Concealer. They also have a regular one. I feel like people are very 50-50. People either love the regular one and do not like the hydrating, or they love the hydrating like myself and they do not like the other one because it is a little bit drying for my under eye. So it just depends what you're into. I have the shades Fair, Warm, and Medium Peach. Here are the shades, and what I like to do is just mix them up to sort of get my perfect color. And since these are only $6 or super affordable, I am able to mix my shades. And the only reason I'm applying this with my finger is because I mix the shades. I think the concealer works like equally as good, whether you apply it with a doe foot or your fingers. Every single time I use this concealer, it literally just wows me because it is that good. And then I'm just taking the remnant or the extra on my sponge and putting that on my eyelids, and then we'll use that as our eyeshadow primer. Now we are going to do probably one of my favorite steps, which is baking. So my normal Halo Glow setting powder in the medium shade is just too dark, and I find that when I use this to bake, it oxidizes. So I saw this light pink shade in my Target. This one's literally brand new. I have not used it. So we're gonna use this light pink shade to bake, and hopefully it'll work because this powder in general, like the powder formula, is just beautiful. I'm gonna start down my nose. And then just pressing this underneath my eye. The color's looking nice and bright, so we're off to a good start. While the under eyes bake, I am going to wipe off the bake that we put on the pimples. Ooh, yeah. So as you can see, let me zoom you guys in. So as you can see, that medium shade definitely oxidized, and you can definitely see like where it was applied. But I think it's fine once we set everything and put on bronzer and stuff and just finish up the face. Hopefully it will look okay. I'm tapping back into my medium shade and I'm just going to set my entire face, not my entire face, but anywhere I'm going to be applying bronzer. Usually when I do my makeup, I do cream bronze, but I don't like the e.l.f. cream bronzer. They have a cream bronzer palette and I've tried it and I just don't like it. So I just figured for today, we are just going to powder bronze. So everywhere that I'm applying that bronzer, I'm setting. Now let's wipe off this bake and we shall see how the concealer looks. Okay, I think it looks good. It definitely did not oxidize the concealer, so that is a huge win. And it's looking really nice. It's looking really nice and poreless. I do wish it was like slightly more brightening, but I do really like it. My concealer is not looking dry or anything like that. Overall, the under eyes are just looking really, really good. Let's move on to bronzers. I have two that are brand spanking new to me. So I have the Primer-Infused Bronzer, and this is in the shade Forever Sunkissed. I'm scared that this is going to be too light, but I do like how it's really nice and neutral and it's totally matte. And the other one I have is this bite-sized face duo in the shade Coconut. So it comes with a highlighter and a bronzer. This bronzer looks quite red toned. Here are them both swatched. So this is the Coconut Bronzer, which definitely has a little bit of a sheen to it, but it's very red toned. And then this is the Primer-Infused Bronzer in Forever Sunkissed, which looks a little light. But what I'm hoping we can do is just build this up and then maybe I'll mix the two, maybe I'll add on this. I'm not sure, but let's start with this one first. Zoomed you all in just a little bit. Oh wow, this is powdery. Got a ton on my brush. Okay, so hopefully we will be able to build this up since it is so powdery. Okay, it's definitely showing up on my forehead just a little bit. Oh wow, this is like very nice and smooth. See how it's on the cheeks. Oh wow, okay, so it's definitely showing up on my face. Thank goodness. I thought it was going to be really light and it's swatched really light too. But wow, it looks like completely different on my face in a good way. This formula is really nice. It's like super duper silky. It's blending very easily like a dream. I mean, I did obviously set my face beforehand, so it's blending very, very easily. It's not patchy or anything. The color is really nice and beautiful, and I do feel like it has like a slight sheen to it, like a very, very slight sheen to it, which I really, really like. I just put a little bit more on this brush. I'm just gonna see how it looks when I contour my nose with it because it is a pretty neutral color. So hopefully it looks good. It looks okay. I do think I need to go in with like an actual contour powder because this is definitely neutral, but I definitely need something just like a slight cooler to really make it a contour. I don't have an e.l.f. contour color, so I just went in with my Makeup for Everyone, but wow, I am extremely impressed by this. The formulation is amazing. It's like buttery and smooth and blended out like a dream. The color is beautiful, and I feel like the color in the pan and the color swatch definitely does not match exactly how it looks on the face, so I was very pleasantly surprised. I don't know what we should do with this. This bronzer is extremely like red, warm toned. I'm just going to try this like in my hairline on my forehead just to see. Yes, that is quite red toned. The formulation is really nice. It definitely has a nice sheen to it, and it's very, very easy to blend out. But for my liking and my preferences, the color is just way too red toned. Moving on to blush, I have a cream and I have a powder to try on that are both new to me. So the first one is the Putty Blush. Ooh, I'm so excited to try this. This is in the shade Bora Bora. Oh my God, how stunning is this color? I love cool tone, like true tone pink colors, and she just looks absolutely amazing. And for powder, I have another one of these bite-sized face palettes. These are, by the way, only $3. And this is in the shade Watermelon. It's like this really nice neutral, cool toned pink, I guess. And the reason, there were so many different shades, the reason I picked up this one is because the highlight was also very pinky. So I figured that we could use this highlight from the coconut shade as my highlight, and then maybe we could use this as like a blush topper. I don't know, we shall see. So first I'm gonna go in with the Putty Blush. Oh my goodness. Oh, stunning. Okay, let's just dab this on to the cheeks. It feels so like thin and silky. Like it feels creamy but nice and thin and not like heavy or anything like that. I don't even think I need a brush to blend this out. Like this is literally blending out so easily just with my finger. The color is stunning. Like the color is very true to how it looks in the pan, or in the packaging rather. I'm just gonna take my sponge and blend this out a little bit. Wow. Wow, I am extremely impressed. I mean, you literally do not need a brush to blend this out. You probably don't even need the sponge. I'm just sort of blending out the edges. This literally blended out, like it melted into the skin. And the color is, it's not like too opaque where it's like, oh my God, I can't blend this out. It's like too much. It's like perfect. Holy. All right, I already know myself and I know I'm about to pick up this blush in every single color it comes in. Stunning, 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 stunning. All right, she's a 12 out of 10. Let's go in with this. Let me go ahead and swatch this first. Here is the matte color, or the darker blush color rather. Definitely has still a sheen. And then here is the highlight. So the highlight swatched definitely looks much lighter than it does in the pan. Like I said, I was thinking to get this as like a blush topper, but since swatching it, it's much lighter. So I will go ahead and use this as a highlight, but I do want to use this as well and just see how it performs. And let's see how this looks. Oh, wow. That is pigmented. Wow, that color is beautiful. Obviously, I don't know how it looks like without the putty blush underneath, but damn. Wow, this has a beautiful sheen to it. Can you guys see that sheen? Oh my goodness. That is, it's like you honestly don't even really need highlight. My cheeks are looking very blushy, so I am just going to take my ColourPop F9 and just sort of diffuse it a little bit. Both of these blend out like a dream. Like this is so easy to blend out. Wow. Okay, both the Bite Size face palette and the Putty Blush, incredible, literally incredible. Again, knowing myself, I'm probably gonna pick up both in like every shade because I just can't help it. Here is the coconut highlighter swatch next to the watermelon. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but the coconut one is very glittery, which I don't really like, but I feel like in order to test them both out, let's just do one and one on each cheek. On this cheek, let's put the coconut one. Oh yeah. I don't like that. That's, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but in person, it's like straight flecks of glitter. It's not too chunky, but it's not that refined, if you will. So I think the coconut overall is probably a pass for me. The bronzer does have a beautiful sheen and it performed really well, but the shade is way too red tone for me. And yeah, this highlighter is just a glittery mess. And on this cheek, I'm putting on the watermelon. Ooh, that is beautiful. Okay, the watermelon is a hit. Wow, that is literally stunning. I'm just gonna add a little bit more for my lips. Wow, I really, really love that. Let's go ahead and set everything before we move on to the eyes. I'm using the e.l.f. Stay All Night Micro Fine Setting Mist. It's the first time I've ever used this. It's supposed to lock down your makeup for 16 hours. All right, let's see how fine this mist is. Ooh, that looks really, really good. I'm scared to get it on the lens. I don't think I got any on the lens. We're good. Just spraying this on away from the lens. Ooh, that is a really nice mist. It's really nice and fine. The mist definitely set down everything really nicely, and it's just a nice natural finish. Like I feel like it didn't make me look more dewy. It didn't make me look more matte, just like a nice overall natural finish on the skin. Before moving on to the eyes, let's quickly do the brows. So I have two brow products. I have the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil, which I have loved for so long, and this is $2. So I already know I love this. And then I also want to try their Ultra Precise Brow Pencil, which is basically just a thinner version, I'm assuming. And I believe this was $5. So I am going to start with this one first. I have this in the shade Taupe, I believe. What I like to do with my eyebrows is fill in the front of it with like a lighter color, and then fill in like the tail end with a darker color that's more true to the color of my brows. This one I absolutely love. It is a little bit on the chubbier side, but it makes it just super duper quick to fill in your brows. Again, it's not like super precise, but it definitely gets the job done. And then for this, there's no shade on here, but it's probably like a dark brown or espresso or something like that. So let's see how this works. Okay, I like this. It's definitely nice and cool toned color, which I really like for my brows. I feel like you do kind of have to push on it just a little bit to get the color to come out, but I do think that's a good thing. All right, this is good. I do wonder why this is $5 when the other one is $2. And then to set my brows, I'm going in with the e.l.f. Wow Brow. I have it in the brunette shade. This is seriously so good. I believe this is like $3. You do not need to go out and buy Glossier Boy Brow. I tried that, don't really like it, don't really care for it, but this stuff is seriously amazing. Moving on to the eyes, I am gonna use this palette. This is the Bite Size Truffle palette. I have tried their other Bite Size palettes and I love it. I just swatched it, so here are the colors. I'm a little nervous about the mattes because they did swatch a little bit chalky, but the other product that we are gonna use on our eyes that I am so excited for is their new liquid eyeshadow. This is in the shade Galaxy. Here's the shade, it is stunning. I showed this during my drugstore haul and so many of you were like, you need to try this out. So I am so excited to try this out. I'm just gonna go ahead and dip into this shade with a fluffy crease brush and apply this to my crease. Oh, okay. So that's definitely way more pigmented and applying on the eyes a lot better than it applied with the swatch. These shadows are applying okay. They're not the easiest to blend. They're okay. They're not super creamy, but I mean, listen, for $3, you can't go wrong. But I do think that the Wet n Wild shadows that I tried out the other day are definitely a little bit easier to blend. So I'm really hoping that this will be a sort of very easy one and done eyeshadow. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I'm literally just going to apply this. We have our crease shade on and just see what happens. Oh my God, this is stunning, this color. Oh my God, I'm really praying that this blends out well. I'm just gonna tap it in with my finger first, and then I'll also go in with the brush. Okay, so as I'm tapping it in, it's definitely made the shadow like not as vibrant, I guess. Like here's the swatch, and then here's how it's looking. So it's definitely taking it down a notch, but I mean, it blended out very easily and feels very comfortable on the lid. I'm just gonna take my blending brush and blend that in a little bit. Let's apply it to my other eye, and with this eye, let's try it with a brush. All right, let's see how this looks. I'm just going to sort of tap it in. Okay, so with the brush, I feel like when I did with my finger, it kind of took away from that shine. But as I'm tapping it in with the brush, it's not taking away that like shine and sheen. I'm gonna go back in with my fluffy brush and just blend out the edges. Okay, that is looking beautiful. Definitely a one and done. I'm gonna take a little bit more, put it on this eye, and I'm just gonna tap this in with the brush. So I think depending on what look you're going for, if you want this to be more intense, definitely tap it in with a brush. Then if you want it to be like a little bit more natural, I say go in with your finger. But damn, I am impressed. I do not feel it on my eyelid. Sometimes these liquid eyeshadows can feel like tight and cold and just weird on your eyelid and you're like aware of it. No, I feel like this blended out like a dream. It dried down. It's not moving, and oh my God, this just looks beautiful. I'm obsessed. I feel like I don't even need to do more. For my inner corner, I am gonna go ahead and take this shadow. I did not with my brush, but maybe I should have. Oh no, that's looking really pretty. Oh wow. That actually matches this Galaxy eyeshadow. And it's looking really beautiful in that inner corner. For underneath my eyes, I am gonna take this brown shadow and just place it from the outer half. For right here, I wanna try and take a little bit more of this and use it on this flat pencil brush, and we'll see. Oh my God, that is stunning. Literally stunning. You already know what I'm gonna say. I need this one in every color. Oh my goodness. This was so easy to use, totally a one and done. The color is gorgeous. The formula is gorgeous, so easy to use. I'm obsessed. I'm quickly curling my lashes. And now we're gonna go in with the brand new Lash It Loud mascara. I just got a mini of this, and it's one of these more like plastic applicators, and it looks promising, but we'll see. All right. Oh wow, this is like quite spiky. Well, I do feel like it's definitely grabbing every lash, and I usually don't like these more plastic applicators or wands, but this is looking very pretty. So here are my two eyes with the mascara on, and I did go ahead and put it on my bottom lash as well. So I'm a little surprised by this. I usually don't like mascaras that have this plastic wand, and then I also don't like mascaras that are more like liquidy and wet, which this is, because I just feel like they don't usually do a good job of making the lashes look nice and black and thick. But I'm actually surprised by this. It definitely made my lashes look very nice and black and definitely thicker, but it didn't do anything for curling them. I actually feel like these lashes are kind of looking very straight over here, and it definitely didn't do any lengthening. I do think it gave it a little bit of volume and it made it nice and thick. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised by this, and I do like it. I don't love it. Not as good as my Holy Grail Essence Lash Princess, but I do like this. And finally, let's finish this off by doing our lips. I have two of their Srsly Satin lipsticks. I've never tried this before. Here are them swatched. I have the shade Creme, and this is the shade Nectar. And of course, we are using my Holy Grail lip liner. That is the e.l.f. Retro Paradise lip liner in the second shade. Here is it swatched next to the lipsticks. This is incredible. It comes in this package, so you get 3 nude lip liners and you get 1 hot pink one, and you do get a gloss. The hot pink one I haven't touched, and the gloss, it's kind of but maybe we'll use it with the lipstick today. I'm just gonna go ahead and start lining my lips. This lip liner is just amazing. The formula is great. It's nice and matte, so it's super duper long wearing, but it just glides on so easily. I do want to use both of the shades, so I think for like the outer, I'm going to go in with this Nectar color, which is a little bit more orangey than I thought. And then I'm going to put Creme right in the center. Ooh, that cream shade is beautiful. It's obviously very light. I wouldn't be able to just wear this on its own, but that looks really nice. I do think I want to put a little bit more cream and put this all over. That feels so good. It's definitely a thicker formula, but it is nice and comfortable. And then why not? Let's put a little bit of this gloss on. The gloss is nice because it is really nice and glossy, and it's really nice and thin, but it's one of those that you can just feel the glitter particles, so I don't love it. But honestly, the Retro Paradise kit just for the lip liners is totally worth it. All right, and here is the final look. I'm obsessed with how this look came out. If you have not tried out these 3 products, the liquid eyeshadow, the Putty Blush, and the Bite Size face palettes, run out and get it now. I am so impressed by these, and I already know that I'm about to pick up these in every single shade that they come in. And I absolutely am loving this primer as well. I think it did an amazing job of gripping the foundation. The foundation just looks flawless on my face. It is an amazing foundation to begin with, but I definitely think this helped, and I'm really, really liking it. And thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.